Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my studio. This is Paint with Lovejoy. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you're here for the first time, please hit the subscribe button so that way you can check out the other videos. And if you've been here once or twice, thanks so much for coming back and getting creative. In today's video, we're going to do a really nice beginner painter. So this is good for those of you that don't have a whole lot of experience with the painting process. And I fully believe that with more and more practice, you get more comfortable with the process of painting. So that's what these videos are for. For your supplies, there is going to be a link in the description box below. So check out what you need, grab the supplies, and then kind of pick up the video for the painting portion. You're also going to see a link below for a traceable. And a traceable is a way for my first time beginner painters to transfer their image onto their canvas and not have to stress out about drawing, and you can jump right in and focus on the painting process. There is also going to be a video on how to transfer your traceable with carbon paper or even graphite paper. When you're ready to take your skills to the next level, check out my online school, paintwithlovejoy.com, and check out the Paint Your Pet course. In that course, you will be painting from your own photograph, and you'll learn the value scale of your pet's fur. And it's a kind of a basic skill that once you learn that, you can actually apply that to many other creative processes. And when you paint something that you love, you actually put a little more energy into it, and everybody loves their pets. So like I said, when you're ready to take your skills to your next level, check out that course and enjoy the process of painting your pet. With this video and any of my videos on the channel, you have full permission to switch out colors and make this your own. Just use this video as a base and get extra creative with your paintings. So I think that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started painting. Alright guys, so another fun painting for you today. So gather your supplies, transfer your traceable to your surface, and as always, make sure you take your progress photos. Now what you're going to see on mine, I did go over my traceable with a black Sharpie marker, and that is more for my students at home that are going to draw what you see. Those of you that are utilizing the traceable, you do not have to do the black Sharpie markers. So we are going to paint our background and just demonstrated a few different brush strokes to try. Try all of those as you're filling in your space and kind of just hang out with whichever one you're feeling a little more comfortable with. And I am using a medium to light teal, and that is white plus teal. With this painting, you have full permission to switch out any of the colors that you may want to kind of go more with your decor or more with what you like. This is a kind of a nice painting that you can make it your own. Now, I also want you to apply your paint a little bit thicker than you're comfortable with, especially if you're using student grade paint. It just kind of helps when we do a little bit of the blending. We'll do some wet on wet blending after we fill in this space, and you get a little bit better coverage if you apply it a little bit thicker. And you'll notice that with a little more pressure on your brush, you have a bit more expressive brush strokes. If you want something a little smoother, apply that thick paint on there, and then with light pressure, you can go over the top of it and smooth out the brush strokes. You are even welcome to finger paint if you want. Now you've noticed that I've mixed the color a couple of times, so don't feel like you have to get it perfect each time. A little variety is to your benefit, and it's good practice to mix your color this many times. All right, so here we're grabbing that white, slapping it on there, and then you go back with your brush and just kind of blend it in. And notice how it's a little bit lighter in that area. You can do this with the darker color or even a new color. This is called wet on wet blending. So I do recommend that you would pause the video and take your progress photo. We're going to move down to a smaller brush, and we're going to start filling in these different sections for our painting. Now for the skin tone, we're going to start with white with a little bit of raw sienna. And this is Amelia Earhart's kind of contribution or tribute painting today. So she was fair-skinned, so I am using white plus the raw sienna. But this is your painting. If you want to switch out and do a different skin tone, feel free to do that. And basically, no matter what you paint, please send me pictures of what you create. I like knowing that people are painting at home and following along with the videos. So just email those to me, paintwithlovejoy@gmail.com. So we were putting this light raw sienna mixture on the face and neck. And then just kind of like in the background, we're going to go with a little more raw sienna to give a shadow underneath the chin. There you go. And again, just observe where I place this and mimic it to the best of your ability on your canvas at home. So we put that darker raw sienna on there. We're going to put a little bit kind of where the nose, the T-zone is, and give a little shadow for the hint of where the eye sockets and the nose are. And I've had my students say that this is like contouring, like makeup on the face. So feel free to deviate from what I'm doing, adding the white highlights right now and blending it into the base. But feel free to contour the face to your liking. This is a similar format to my Frida Kahlo painting. And a lot of people have done contouring on her face there and have added eyes. So feel free to add that on yours. So we did move into that direct raw sienna. She had a little bit of hair sticking out right there. And then we're going to move to some raw sienna and burnt sienna as we start filling in the jacket and her goggles and the rest of her outfit. Now I am using student grade paint, so it is on the transparent side. So I'm actually going to be doing 2 coats on this. So this first coat's going to be on the thin side. I'm still trying to apply it kind of thick. And then the second coat will just add more opacity to it. So we did move into the burnt sienna for the top part of her coat. And again, I am trying to apply that kind of thick, almost like even just dotting it on there to keep that paint kind of thick. But adjust for what you need based on the paint that you're using and how fast or slow it is drying. So another place to pause your video and take your progress photo. You guys are doing a great job. Clean that brush really good. You can let the painting dry or you can move right into this step. So we're putting yellow for her scarf. And then we're going to put some white right on top of that to give some shading. If you want to do a teal scarf or purple or anything else, feel free to do that. And here we're slapping that white right on top of the yellow, being rather generous with the amount of white. The white gets eaten up with those colors rather quickly. And the more you move your brush, the more the 2 colors are going to blend together. All right, so now we're mixing raw sienna and yellow for the goggles and just kind of going around the perimeter. Again, if you want a different color, go right ahead and do that. And I am going over those traceable lines, especially the black lines that I added. So make sure that you are covering up all your spaces on your canvas. All right, and clean that brush really good. We're going back to that burnt sienna and raw sienna mixture, applying that second coat on the coat. And again, just notice how much more opaque it looks and better once we apply this second coat. So if you're using student grade paint, don't be afraid to put multiple layers on. Now we're using the burnt sienna for a little bit of shadow on the left and right hand side of the coat, and then putting that second coat on the collar of the jacket. All right, and now we're doing burnt sienna plus black, and a little bit of black goes a long way in the burnt sienna. We're basically just making it darker. I actually don't know what it's called for her hat. I'm sure it has a specific name, so you guys can leave that in the comments if you want. And if you need to, feel free to grab that small pointy brush. I tend to stick with the same brush just out of habit, but switch out brushes for what you need as you get into smaller and tighter spaces. Same with this one, we're applying it thick, and I am going over those traceable lines. If you're finding that your brush is shaky as you go to apply your paint, that means you're holding your breath. So remember to breathe and exhale as you touch the brush to the canvas, and that will make it a little bit easier for you. You're doing a great job. And don't feel like you have to paint as fast as I'm painting. This is a sped up video, so pause the video as you need to and work at your pace. So I did move to the pointy brush. We're making a shade of gray, and that is white with a little bit of black. Yours can be lighter or darker than what I am using, but putting that on the face of the goggles. I do like these paintings because they are rather simplified and they give you at home a huge opportunity to use this as a base to build on top of and add what you want to make this painting unique to you. All right, so clean that brush. We're still using the small pointy brush. Take a progress picture if you need to. We're going to give her some eyebrows, and if you want to go a little darker on the eyebrows, go right ahead. And then just putting that second layer of raw sienna on her hair. And then for the lips, you get to choose what color her lips are. You can go bright red lipstick or kind of a medium pink. I kept mine kind of neutral with a medium pink. And even if you apply it on here, then you realize, I maybe want it a little bit darker. I wanted a little more earthy, so I did grab just a touch of that raw sienna to tone down and mute out that pink just a little bit. Again, your choice. And I believe here I used white, raw sienna, and some red. Again, just applying it a little bit thicker on the lips. But your choice on what type of lipstick you would like her to wear. So pause the video and take your progress photo. I do recommend letting this fully dry before you move into the black outlines. And the black outlines are completely optional. If you do not want to do this, you do not have to. I kind of like the black outlines just because it gives it a bit more of like a cartoony pop art feel, and it helps kind of clean up any of the edges that I might not have liked. Due to I'm kind of a sloppy painter, so due to kind of my painting style. And with all these videos on my channel, I primarily teach first-time and beginner painters, so I do try to simplify and keep stuff as approachable as possible. So as you're doing the outline, the pressure of your brush will make a difference. So I recommend that maybe lean your forearm against the edge of the table so you can kind of rest your forearm there, or put your pinky out and use that as kind of your pivot point while you're applying this. More pressure is going to create a wider line. Light pressure and treating the brush kind of like a pencil will create a skinnier line. If you're one of my beginner painters and you have varying widths of line on your painting, totally okay. That is where you are painting today. When you go to paint the next time, what your muscles are learning right now, it's going to remember that the next time that you paint, and some of these lines will be easier with the practice of painting. And then, like I said earlier, if you are finding that your brush is shaky, that means you're holding your breath. So if you exhale as you touch your brush to the canvas, that will make it a little bit easier. Also take note of how often I'm going back and reloading my brush with the black paint, getting that habit as well. And again, if this is more challenging than you would like to deal with, let everything fully dry, and then you can do this with a Sharpie marker. You might have to do it a little bit wider lines, but you can do this with a Sharpie and get these lines in there. You also could do this with a different color than black. I've had some people do the Frida painting with teal for the outline or a light yellow. So again, feel free to get creative with this. All right, so clean that brush. We're going to use some white paint and some white and pink. We're actually going to redo the plump up those lips, and then we're going to move into white paint. Sorry about that. All right, here's the white paint. And we're putting a few little kind of catch lights, highlights on those goggles and in a few other areas. So as you look at this, just observe where I place it and just go in that general area. All this is doing is just kind of breaking up the space a little bit and giving an indication to our brain of where the light is coming from. So again, just play with this. All right, you guys, great job today. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to paint with me. Don't wait too long to paint again. You're just going to keep building on your skills. So until next time, cheers. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the process of painting, and I hope you liked how your paintings turned out. As you're uploading your photos to social media, please tag me at or hashtag paintwithlovejoy, or email them to me, paintwithlovejoy@gmail.com. I can't stress enough how much your feedback, your sharing this with the community, and sharing your photos has helped this channel grow. So please keep it up. You're doing a great job. And you're getting more people to try painting and realize how much fun they have during the process. So keep it up. Anything that you'd like me to paint in the future, please leave a comment and I will add that to my production list and get to it as quickly as I can. I am a solo producer here, so they do go a little bit slower than I would like, but hopefully we'll be able to bump that up one day. But either way, I'm still thrilled with all the pictures and the stuff that you guys are painting at home. So until next time, have a great day, and I look forward to painting with you in the future. Cheers.